Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Night Fireside Chat. This is Gil with Camppatton Family Compound. Joining me tonight, got Tammy Rebel Candace, although she is running late. I'll explain why in a second. And we do have Mark from Chef Tech here. And like I said, it's the Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's topic is preserving your bounty. Can you do it? Also known as AKA beginning food preservation or advanced food preservation or expert food preservation, depending where you're at. So how's everybody doing? And yeah, I know Mark was dealing with his dog, so he muted himself. So.
I'm here. My wife was talking to a friend of mine on my phone, and the dog was barking, and I'm like, I can't handle this. I'm just going to mute and wait for everything to be done. So.
All right, well, let me say hello to everybody that's rolling in here. All right, get over here, scroll to the top. First one in was Walt Rogers, and then Troop 1351, Angels Homestead, Phelan Clan Wolf, Shady Hill Homestead, Shady Hill Homestead, blah, blah, blah. Get my tongue untied here. Homestead on both sides, mine and Tammy's. And Kaylin Strain's in here. Oh, Kaylin just put out I
just
3-minute
the bowl out.
A 3-minute video on her garden, and I just got them watching it before the countdown was going on. It's good. Let's see here. Mother's Garden Club is here. Geeky Gardens is here. Suzanne Galay's in the house. Kristen McNeil is on Tammy's side. And Suzanne, I already said, did I say? Yeah, I said, no, I did. Suzanne Galay. Yeah, Suzanne Galay is here. Ada Neer is here. Diana 2 is here. Think it might be Monday? I don't know. And Diana 2's in on both sides. All righty. Yeah, so Tammy is streaming to her Facebook. I need for mine, for the Camppatton Family Compound Facebook page, I need 9 more. 10? No. I need 9 more to have 100. So I actually need 10 to be at 101, and then I can stream to it live as well. All righty. So tonight's topic. Go back up one. Yeah. So preserving your bounty, can you do it? You know, AKA, beginning.
How are you going to do it?
Yeah. Well, first, before we go, how are you going to do it? What are you going to preserve?
Yeah. Preserve things you will eat.
Yes. And where are you going to get those things? There's a lot of different places. You can be like Mark and have a friend in the food industry that orders big stuff and get him to order something for you on the side cheaper than you can buy it in the store. And then you're going to be busy either canning chicken or freeze drying. If you have a freeze dryer, you're going to be busy. You can also look around at some of the big box stores, and they have stuff on real good sale. You can pick up, the big 10-pound bag of broccoli or the 20-pound bag of chicken breasts or whatever it is you're going to get, or the 10-pound chub of hamburger, or you get the super pack of ribeye steaks, and you're going to do those, whatever it is. You look around when stuff's on sale and pick it up there, or rather than buying it, you can raise/grow it, and then you have a little bit more easing into it as stuff comes in and get it harvested.
Unless you do a bumper crop thing, and all of a sudden you go from 4 pounds
0 to 80
a day to 400 pounds of tomatoes a day. You're going, okay, I better buy another freezer just to hold these things while I get enough to do what I got to do and can them. Yeah, like that.
Or to hold them while you're canning some of them. The other are freezing, and as you get the one done, all right, next weekend you pull a bunch out. Oh, I got to put more in as I pull more out. Yeah. The added freezer is something. Once my wife moves up here, we move the other freezers up here. One of them is going to stay empty until it's time to put a cow in it.
How big is that one? 12 cubic foot?
That's a, well, it'll be that one. And what I've been slowly working the other ones down as I can the beef and stuff out of them. So it'll fill up the other two. And then the other one, which is a 7 cubic foot up totally. And then she has a 16, 18 cubic foot upright, which,
uprights are good. They both have their place.
Yeah,
I love chest freezers because you can open a door and you don't feel all the cold air doesn't run out.
Yeah, you don't get frostbite on your toes standing there.
Right. But the bad news with a chest freezer, it's like a sarcophagus. There may be things in the bottom you don't even know what's there, so you got to keep a really good running list. And if you make like little wood tubs or get some kind of plastic
the plastic tubs or the wire baskets, you can just lift the basket.
Right, something that fits in there perfectly and doesn't waste space.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be your next best bet for a chest freezer.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's some of the things, and some of the things too. So like if you get like those restaurant busting tubs, and you're going to freeze a bunch of tomatoes, you just freeze one, layer one up in there, put it in there, do another one, turn it the other way, set it on top of it so it's not crushing the tomatoes below it. You stack it opposite. Yeah,
once a tub freezes, you can stack them up on top of each other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But then, you can start doing stuff like that. It doesn't have to be just tomatoes. It can be
green beans, anything.
Yeah, anything. It can be squash.
Yeah.
Of course, it's better with squash if you blanch it first.
Yeah, pretty much any vegetable, if you're going to freeze it to eat it, you kind of want to blanch it. Even carrots. Because freezing raw carrots, they do weird things because of the natural cell structure.
Enzymes.
Well, not the enzyme, just the cell structure of the carrots. Yeah. When you freeze them and then thaw them out and they're raw, but they were frozen, they kind of fall apart. Yeah. But they're not cooked. So it's weird. So if you blanch them first for 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on what kind of hard vegetable it is, dry it off real well, put it in a seal meal bag or just a Ziploc and suck the air out with a straw or something, and throw it in the freezer. Yeah, you're going to last a whole lot longer and taste a whole lot better than if you do it raw. Like zucchini's terrible. Don't try to freeze zucchini raw. That's pointless.
Yeah.
It just turns to paste.
Finally, someone got an ad. What's the word I'm looking for? Is synced with the topic, food. It's,
You're
not getting a computer.
GE would put on freezer commercials on our channel or Lowe's or something for appliances,
Yeah. Well, some of the ads everyone was putting on ads they were getting, and some of it like the file share ad that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Harbor Freight has nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Okay, when Kaylin said potatoes, don't freeze raw potatoes; they just turn black and turn to crap.
Yeah.
So with potatoes, I would. If you're gonna, what are you gonna use them for? Yeah. Even if you make mashed potatoes, peel them, dice them, chunk them small. Blanch them until they're just barely cooked, but still firm. Then freeze them. When they come out, you can either make home fries out of it, or you can just thaw them out and cook them the rest of the way and make mashed potatoes out of them. But they take up less space and they freeze so much better. And because potatoes will oxidize really quick, even after if they're only blanched, they'll still oxidize, turn a little bit brown. Just throw a little bit of lemon juice in your water when you're boiling them. Like if you use 2 gallons, throw in a tablespoon of lemon juice. You can even throw in a little white vinegar or something just to keep the acid. Will keep it from making them from turn brown and black. Why are you making a face?
Well, I'm just looking at finally since I said food. All right, so he just got a food sales ad there too for Aiden there, and we'll see how many more people get food sales ads. You're listening, AI foods, and freeze-dried food. Sporting good freeze-dried foods. AI, you hear that? We'll see how well it listens.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, Tammy made it here. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, so a couple things here. I want to go on over here again. Let's go down to the next one here. So I just threw this picture in because I thought this one is all right. The one on the right, I got the I got both those. I got the canner and the 2-burner Camp Chef.
Right.
The one on the left there is a turkey one, but
yeah, careful.
Careful. I'm not sure. I'm trying to, even on the big blown up one, it's not sitting quite right. Like it may have a trivet or a piece of steel under there to diffuse it. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean I love that. This is an off-grid person, and they're out there canning. But
there's a third one on the deck to the right, just under the other stove. There was a third one.
Yeah, just sitting there, not being used.
Yep.
Yeah. So ways to preserve your bounty. I know I didn't get them all. I just threw in a quick here to start off. Of course, canning, since that's 90% or 80% of what we talk on here is canning. Dehydrating, which is different than drying.
No, then freeze. Yeah.
Then you got freezing. Then you got freeze drying, pickling, salting, and smoking for the other things you raise that aren't in the garden that can go wrong and go moo or oh, I got mother fired one up here. Fermenting. Yep. Yeah, so there's another one. And yeah, so these are some. We'll talk about these and probably some more tonight, folks. And guys, side chat. Oh, and Mother Garden Club is on both sides now too. So we got Mother Earth, Diana 2. Who else was up there? It's on both sides. Kristen's McNeil. So Shady Hill Homestead is on both sides too. So yeah. And this is the thing is there's in some of the books I'm reading right now at night when I can't sleep. So I can't sleep. My mind's going 90 miles an hour. I'm going to read one of my old books, pull out my Kindle, bring up one of the books I've been reading about chapter and a half in. So it worked. But they're talking, some of these things are about, Tuwaki or some other cause of something similar to that, where people are having to there's no food to get and stuff. There's other things going on, and they're learning having to provide for themselves, garden, hunt, and they're trying to learn how to preserve food. And some of them, it's like some of the authors are just doing a primo job of also depicting the boo-boos. So the author tried it and made a boo-boo to get it. To get it that accurate, yeah. So, Oh,
I got a food build-a-boil ad from LouisianaFishFry.com.
All right. Mike is in here. UK Urban Prepper.
What's up, Mike?
4 hours left of sleep time. Ouch. In other words, he's got his insomnia going again. So, everybody can come up with a good put you to sleep herb or tea or something like that. Put it in the side chat there for Mike.
Lemon balm. Sorry, Mike, I can't send you any.
Lavender and chamomile and lemon balm.
Yeah. I think his wife can't stand the lavender, if I remember right.
But the one scent you can't stand the most is the one you need the most, and the one you like the most is the second one you need the most. So
yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Mother Earth Garden. On your side, Tammy, she got an ad, a bra ad.
A bra ad?
Yes. That's what she put in there. See, bra ad.
And that has nothing to do with tonight's topic. Thank you, you two.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, AI is screwed up on that one. Well, I know what it is. Alexa,
you can use it as a double barrel slingshot for your melons.
Yeah, hold the melons up on the trellis. Yes.
Oh, she's Mark.
Sorry, my wife is looking at me going, really?
All right. So, what was it? Suzanne Galay said catnip is also settling. No, but a good.
Wait. If you put vanilla in it, it counts as a tincture. Just saying.
Yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of something that comes from the Smoky Mountains here in the U.S. It's absolutely clear. You can use it as jet fuel.
Absolutely. I get you.
And you just take a shot of that, and next thing you know, you're waking up. What happened? Yeah. Good old Smoky Mountain.
I did that once, and I woke up going, I can't believe my neighbor's cutting his lawn already this early in the morning. He'll cut around me.
Add for an over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
Yeah. It was the original German name. It was actually called a Holzum from Flabben.
Oh, shut up.
No, that was the second name. That was from Germany. In France, they called it a brazier, which came from the Arabic thing of a bazaar. And I'm not going any farther on that side joke. And life in the Piedmont Homestead is on your side there, Tammy.
Great channel.
Right.
Check her out.
Back to the food preservation, which has nothing to do with that ad. Tammy's falling asleep there. Look at her.
Waiting for someone to get out of driver's ed.
No, I'm home. I just decided to do it here instead of. We're back in the camper, so this is better than the camper.
Gotcha.
So.
Ooh.
On
Okay.
a side note,
the staff sergeant just texted me something which has to do about raising the stuff you want to preserve. Somebody just gave me a couple baby gates that don't work very well. Maybe you can use them for trellises. Each panel is approximately 2 feet by 2 feet. There are 4 of them.
Oh, the white plastic ones?
Not sure what type.
Well, I doubt they're friggin' metal anymore. They stopped using those back in the 50s or 60s.
you can still buy the
looks like a
those
pallet.
are wood.
Those are wooden ones, and they slide apart, and it's got the locking mechanism there on it.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Great trellis. You could even put them as a triangle over the top
of tripod and cover
with
flat.
Let stuff grow up from both sides. Yeah.
Cucumbers. Yeah.
Hang on, I got to let her know. Keep her happy that I'm communicating with her. Will work. That will work. Okay, which reminds me, I got several others around here that we no longer need. We'll probably start putting those out there too.
On a side note, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, I am doing a canning presentation and speaking at the Mitten Homesteaders Conference in Lake Odessa, Michigan.
Cool.
So
excellent.
So if anybody wants to stop by and see me.
Now, one more time for those that didn't quite catch where it was at.
Michigan, it is the Mitten Homesteaders Conference.
Mitten Homesteader Conference. Okay. In Michigan. Look it up online, folks. All righty. So,
all right. I'm going in. I'm going to watch Hulu. Mm-hmm.
And background, there we go. Hey, muted. All right. So the ways of preserving. Now, one of the things I thought was kind of neat in this picture behind me is over here on this side here. These are metal trays in a wooden frame. And I'm not sure if they're holding those before they go into the freeze dryer or what those are for. I'm just looking at it like, that's interesting.
They won't dry well. Everything on the bottom will spoil.
I wasn't sure for a freeze dryer, you know, when it freezes it or something.
Yeah, if it's going in a freeze dryer, it'd be fine. But just
the other thing I like is this one right here. That's a gallon jug.
Yeah, they're not easy to find. I can get lots of half-gallon jugs around here, but not gallons. They're hard to find.
I would like to find And that one has the standard wide mouth on it. I would like to find the old mayonnaise jars we used to get when we had a cow that were gallon that had on it like that, and it was a mayonnaise lid on it. And I would like to find those again. Then get it in a canning ring type setup with the gasket in there. All right, so ways of what is get my tongue untied here. What do you think is the easiest way for a beginner to preserve their food for the first time?
Freezer, if you have more than a refrigerator freezer with the upper that likes to thaw out all the time, and maybe pickling or canning, but water bath canning.
Or a dehydrator. If you have a dehydrator, you can dehydrate in the oven on low. So there, you can dehydrate quite a bit, but that takes some special equipment. So
yeah, well, you can get that Sunbeam, the round white one that everybody starts with. They're okay. Those work, but
Do you know how many of those I've went through?
Yeah, I had 2 of them for a while, and I'm like, I couldn't deal with it. And I'm like, that's it. I'm getting an Excalibur 9 tray.
Yeah, I've went through 5. I burned up 5 of them, literally melted trays.
Jeez. Oh, my wife melted my trays in the dishwasher. She put them on the lower rack and turned it on heated dry, and it melted them. They wouldn't fit together. She bought me 6 new ones. I'm like, okay. And then I gave the dehydrators away to my daughters.
Yeah. The first thing we did was canning blackberry jam. And then we started canning apricots and then canning peaches.
Making jelly is a great first-time experience because it may not work if you did something wrong, but it's not super.
You can always dump in ice cream.
It's not super complicated.
That's right.
You just have to follow the instructions. What is that noise?
Failed jelly. That's the window going up. I got mosquitoes in here with me. Failed jelly is just extra special pancake syrup.
Yes, it's just syrup. Yeah. Exactly. It does. It's not like you throw it out. It's like, well, it didn't set. I guess we're having blackberry pancake syrup tomorrow for breakfast.
Ice cream syrup.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
That too.
Strawberry syrup, maple syrup,
smoothie sweetener,
blackberry syrup, all good for ice cream.
And smoothie sweetener.
Yeah.
Speaking about, just side note, I remember back when I was a kid and we went to International House of Pancakes, they didn't have the 6 rack of syrups out there. They had the 12 rack of different syrups. And then they had more different ones if you wanted more. Then they kept the ones that hardly ever got used.
Yeah.
And Cold War Preppers here. Hey, Lee.
I haven't been to an IHOP and eaten at an IHOP in like forever. I only remember regular syrup, which was not really syrup anyway, blueberry syrup, and strawberry. That was the only 3 flavors I ever remember them having.
The last time we were at IHOP, went there and because no one wanted to fix pancakes and everybody wanted pancakes. We went there and halfway through the dinner, the English one says, "Screw this! I'll make the pancakes from now on."
Mm-hmm.
He did not like how someone in the back screwed it. He did not like the pancakes.
Our IHOP, I went in there the first time I went in there, and I went in there like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and it smelled like the person who had thrown up after drinking and went there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
He was the puddle. The dried puddle was still on the far corner of the restaurant. Nobody got around to cleaning it.
I ordered a cup of coffee and some food, and I said, cancel my order. I will pay for the coffee, but I'm out of here. I cannot eat with that smell.
Yeah.
No way. So I haven't been back. It's just, if it's that dirty, you can't even clean it.
No. And Waffle House isn't much better. They're trying, but they're not much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else on that? Nothing. Get that down. The next thing we did, my mom had gotten this big big box dehydrator, and it had like 7 racks in it and stuff.
Yep.
And it had a little heater in the back with a fan. And the front was a door that had left about a 1/4-inch gap all around it, so it could vent. It blew in the back and vented out the front. It was a clear plastic door. And after about 20 years, it gave up the ghost on us. After my mom had passed away, and the staff sergeant was using it all the time, it gave up the ghost on it. And we still have it. I think we still have it. We haven't thrown away out yet. We're just taking time to figure out getting a new unit in the back there of some sort to put on it to make it work. But after that, we got one of the round ones that had no fan at all. You're supposed to, put it somewhere warm, and it's supposed to, yeah. Anyways, yeah, we wound up on that one to get it to work for dehydrating apricots. We got a laptop fan, one of those things that sit underneath the laptop. Put it on top of that. Hey, it worked pretty good, just blowing the air through, sitting outside. So that, and then of course I got another one here. I did 4 years ago, got one, and I was dehydrating basil on it and stuff. And it's a rather inexpensive one that I'm not too thrilled with. It's just, I forget, I put something else on there, and it took friggin' days. It's like, no.
I freeze-dried mushroom slices in the house. What my wife said, she was like, "Oh, they got shiitakes or whatever on sale at Aldi or Lidl." So I went and bought 2 flats of it. Came home, cleaned them, sliced them all up, threw them on the trays, threw them in the dehydrator. And she came home. This was on a Saturday. I did it like 2 in the afternoon. By the time she got home at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night from the hospital, she walks in the door. She's like, "What in God's name is that?" I was like, "Mushrooms." She's like, "It smells like dirt in here," because she doesn't like mushrooms. But then I powdered them, put them in a jar, threw a couple Desiccan packs in there to keep the moisture down, and I got mushroom powder. That stuff is awesome.
Oh, yeah. So good on steak and gravy.
Oh, I stick it in the gravy. I add it to sauces, even tomato sauce. I'll throw some in there because it's not pieces. It just adds that flavor, the umami flavor. Ooh, yeah. Big word.
Shoot, it's not coming up there on it, but let me pull this up separately here. That one there and that one there. So other ways to preserve, which I wasn't on there, but we talked about it. We talked about it last week, I think it was, with the there it is, with the apple juicer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not really preserving it. That's a processor.
Yeah, but the leftover, then you preserve it as applesauce.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do. I make applesauce with my leftover apple pulp.
Yeah.
Or apple butter.
Yeah. And one of the other things I added to my list of preserving food was a juicer.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my dehydrator side, I got the Magic Mill Pro dehydrator sitting in my list, just waiting to do it.
How much is that? How much is that sucker? That thing looks crazy.
Here's the problem. Right now, this is the 7 XL. It is the best seller, and they are out.
Of course they are. How much is it?
It doesn't say, but the 10 tray one is $200. And the regular 7, not the 7
it's probably like
XL,
149 or something, yeah.
140.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I forget what I paid for my 9 tray Excalibur. I think I paid back in the day like right around $200 for it.
Yeah. Yes, and here's an up here on the top. You can't. The one in the middle is another 10 stainless. This one's stainless steel trace, but it's a black enamel paint on it. It's $179. So it's the same as the stainless steel, but it's not stainless steel. It's painted the other.
Yeah, and you don't need to buy a dehydrator to dehydrate food.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can make a box, you have some skills. You can make like a wooden box and put some holes in it, put it outside in the sun, and put some kind of a fan to just blow air through it. Paint the top black so it'll warm it up in the sunshine. Blow it through. Yeah, you can dry your stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing. You could probably do jerky in there, but you really need that temperature to be up in the 165 range. Vegetables and fruits and stuff. No, you want to keep them in like the 110 or below range. You just need warm air blowing across it. Now, if you're in a humid environment, that brings its own problems. Yeah, you're just blowing humid air across wet food. They ain't never going to dry.
Yeah, this one here was the reason I have this one in here. This was recommended by several other homesteading channels. They all said, we got the 7-tray Kasori, and they were
the only thing I don't like about those, and this is just me because of mechanical things, I don't want digital stuff.
Yeah.
My dehydrator has a mechanical timer and a mechanical thermostat setting, and I could literally fix it if I had to. The digital stuff, that board goes bad, you're done. Just throw it in the trash. All you have is a bread box at that point.
Yeah. Toaster oven on warm is great for dehydrating.
Yeah, just a lot of electricity.
Toaster oven would probably be with the stainless steel trays and stuff. Probably good for doing the jerky. That you can control the temperature a little bit warmer.
Yeah, you need one of those little itty bitty battery powered fans and leave the door cracked open to get some airflow in there, or you're just cooking your beef.
Yeah.
My air fryer has a dehydration setting, but I've never tried it.
Yeah. My mom told me about when she was a teenager. Backstory real quick. My grandmother, my mom's mom, or my maternal grandmother, was one of 15 kids, 13 boys and 2 girls, up in the panhandle of Idaho. Last name of Schwartz. All right, so my mom went to visit her uncles there in Idaho when she was a teenager during the summer, and they went out hunting, and they were out for 2 weeks. And part of what they did is they had a fire going all the time and made a rack, and they were smoking jerky out there.
Yep.
During the time out there, the old mountain man way and the Indian way, because they lived their land was surrounded by the Indian reservation up there. So, and of course they were smart. Let's make good friends with the Indians.
Yes, you harvest your meat, and then you process your meat. You dry your meat, so that 400 pounds of wet meat weight, after you dehydrate it or smoke it, even smoking it because that dries it out, now only weighs 150 pounds. So you can carry that 15, 20 miles back to your cabin or your house.
Well, they would also trade that to the tribe, and the tribe was smoking fish because the tribe was allowed to net fish at the falls.
Oh, there you go.
So they were loaded up with fish, and they would trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as well as other things too. But yeah. So outdoor smoking, the old school way stuff works.
Yeah.
And none of my grand uncles died up there. They all died in the city when they moved down to the city at a very old age. My great grandmother was 98 when she died. So, anyways, so I'm saying that's a testament to good food, not highly processed, homegrown food. That's the kind of stuff we've only done so far. You were talking about a dehydrator, digital. I mean, not digital, but mechanical. That's what my mom's was. It was all mechanical. It had 3 settings for heat in the back.
And
it had a timer, and then it had 3 speed settings on the fan.
Yeah. The only bad thing when the heater element goes, Yeah, you really gotta look hard to find some kind of the heater wire that you can redo it with and connect it and all that stuff. That's its own.
That's the problem with the one we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could probably use the heater element instead of a toaster.
Yeah.
huh. You still have it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we still have it. I'll check with my wife after the live stream and find out.
Take it apart and we'll see how big they are, and go down to the thrift store and plug in a toaster, make sure it works, and bring that home and use the coils out of that. You'll figure it out. Just take it all apart. I mean, that's what I do. I just take stuff apart and go, yeah, that'll work. Or, well, let's see what happens. I've hot wired a few electric heaters in my day when the thermostat blew out. Something went bad on it. I'm like, I take it apart. I'm like, yeah, there's like 8 wires in here. Yep. No, you're going right to the heater and the on-off switch. Have a nice day. I don't even have an on-off switch on one of them. I just plug it in. It turns on. I unplug it. It turns off. And you're on mute.
It's probably safer that way too, to unplug those things when you're not using them.
Well, I did burn out one of my. I have an outlet. It's like an outlet box on an extension cord that for my router table. I used that, but the actual it has a switch next to it. The actual outlet is like black because the cord they use on some of these electric heaters, the ones you buy at whatever store, Lowe's and that. Yeah, if you look at the cord, it's like, really? This thing is rated for 1,800 watts? That's a lot of power. And after you run that thing for an hour, man, that cord is warm. And it's like, yeah, that can't be good. So I just put a heavier cord on it. Plug it in that way. I'm good.
I'm just letting her know, asking her about it, telling her know we're talking about it here. Who knows? Maybe she'll come in and pop up, and I'll bring her up here. We'll see. Some of the other things, I've tried fermenting, making sauerkraut. The one place I used to get it, they had to be sweetening it with sugar afterwards. Because the one place I was getting it in California there, I'd get a little small tub of it, and it tasted better than any other sauerkraut I had. They said they made it fresh, or as fresh as sauerkraut is being made. And they must have been adding some sugar to it or something, because it tasted
different kind of. It wasn't just your standard white cabbage head. It could have been it could have had some Napa or something in there with a slightly different flavor that helped it. Because that's Napa cabbage. Yeah, you're making kimchi.
Yeah. But it wasn't strong. It tasted good. It was and so one of the guys at work said to try it, and so I tried it, and I've always thumbed my nose at sauerkraut my entire life till then. So I bought the crock to do it in. I did some here, and it's like, it tastes like some of the stuff I don't like. So I got to figure out what to do to make it good. But I've tried doing sauerkraut. The thing it came with, I did videos on it here. It came with some recipes, a bunch of other recipes, make kimchi and other stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So that's, fermenting stuff is another way to do stuff that you can experiment with it.
But that's a science. You can't just make it up as you go. I mean,
you got to follow the recipes.
You can for the ingredients, okay, let's make a pickled salad or a fermented salad mix, not a salad mix, like a vegetable salad. Let's throw in some thin sliced carrots, and I guess you could throw onions in there. I don't know. Can you ferment onions? No, I wouldn't.
You can, but they get. Yeah. I like pickled onions. I'm not a big fan of fermented.
Well, you throw in carrots and some other vegetables and things, and then do the salt, whatever the percentage is. I'm not a fermenter, so I would need a book. I think it's like 4% or 5% salt, but don't quote me because I don't remember. And it's water.
So the recipes on that came with my crock had listed the amount of liquid and the amount of salt.
The problem with most recipes is, and I hate this term, they go by use a teaspoon of salt per gallon of water or something like that. You can't do that. You have to weigh it. And you got to use grams, as much as it kills me to say that. you got to use grams. It's more accurate than ounces on your little digital $8 scale you bought for your diet.
Freedom fractions.
Yeah. I got more digital scales in this house, and every time I turn, I'm like, where'd this come from? Oh, I bought that 2 years ago. For what? I was on the Weight Watchers diet. Great. Every time somebody goes on a Weight Watchers diet, they buy the scale. And then they use it for like 3 days, and then it's out the window or goes in the cabinet. And the batteries go corroded. You throw it in the trash. Yeah, I know. Many of those are in the trash in my house. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, chow chow is another fermented vegetable, cabbage, something blend
It's
mix.
not fermented.
It's not?
No, you can make canned chow chow.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What is it?
Right.
What's in it?
Green peppers, cabbage, carrots. You can put hot peppers in it if you want a hot one. That's about it. It's like a cold slaw, only it's got a pickle base.
Oh, okay.
And you can put everything. It's one of those things you make with whatever is coming out of the end of the garden.
Yeah, end of the year, boom.
Yep.
Shred it up, throw it in a crock or throw it wherever and pickle it.
Most of the old recipes and stuff was the ground salt that was ground. Just about everybody had the exact same type table salt. It wasn't coarse. It wasn't ultra fine. It was
It was Morton. It was Morton out of the round cardboard tub.
Yeah, and that was a standard. So a lot of the recipes are still using the Morton salt thing as it says 1 tablespoon. That's what they mean. One of that scraped level, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So you just need to measure some Morton so you can tell if you're going to be using kosher salt or Himalayan salt, pink salt, or whatever else. Match the weight up in your grams up for
you can use the Mortons, just don't get the iodide.
Yes.
Dyes.
Iodized, yeah.
But it has cake in ingredients, so it's still going to make everything look cloudy.
It's got that something of Prussia. I remember posting that on Rebel Can. There's a picture going, who knew you had to read the ingredients on salt? And it said ingredients, salt and anti-caking agent, that Prussia and whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? I never knew that. And that's when you told me that, that's when if you pickle with kosher salt that has that in there, it gets cloudy.
Yep.
Or not pickle, you can. Yeah, pick
anything. I mean, if you pickle it, if you can, either one, it gets cloudy and looks like, nasty.
Well, if it's some Prussian stuff, just be glad it's not Prussian blue.
Yeah. Well,
I don't need to be blue. Not today.
No.
Oh.
I'm literally, next time I go to BJ's up in where I work, and they had pool salt from Morton. If you go on the Morton website and pull up the MSDS sheet for swimming pool salt, which is super fine, super refined, super pure salt, because I've used it. I take care of a lot of swimming pools, and I open these bags and dump it in. I'm like, it's powder, but it's salt. And I went and looked up the MSDS sheet, and it's the same MSDS sheet for all their salt. That's all it is salt, and it's fit to swim in, because you swim in a pool. Not that I swim in public pools anymore, but a pool is sanitized. It has to be clean. It can't just be. It can't be your, the crap you buy for your sidewalk salt. So, and a 40-pound bag is like $8. I'm like, geez, that's cheaper than buying a whole bunch of other salts. And I am dying to do salt curing on meats. I just want to do that. I've watched so many videos on that going, I have got to do this.
I want to try the salt cured egg yolks.
Oh, the 1,000-year eggs?
Yeah, I have not done that. That's one thing it's on my, I should do this list. But then I'm like, I probably wouldn't eat them. So I don't know. Do I do it just to see what they look like?
If you're going to do it, get yourself a little tiny glass or Tupperware, whatever container, and do 1 egg or 2. Put some salt in there, put the egg in there, crack the egg, put it in there, cover it up with salt, and forget about it for whatever the period of time is, and take it out and slice it and see how it tastes. If you don't like it, you only wasted 2 eggs and a little bit of salt, and the salt, you can, whatever, it's just salt.
I just looked something up here because of the comment here. Pickling salt, also known as canning salt or preserving salt, It's basically pure. It's the regular pure granulated salt without any anti-caking agents or additives.
Yeah, it's just the grind is finer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you by weight, it doesn't matter what kind of salt. I mean, as long as it's just salt and it dissolves, you still got salt.
And it says these additives can cloudy or darken the look to the pickling brine.
Yep.
All right. So.
Man, Tammy needs a nap there. She is yawning. Look at her.
I am so sick. I went to the doctor. This is the third time I've been to the doctor in 2 weeks. I was in the ER last weekend.
Jeez.
I have right lower lobe pneumonia, bronchitis, pleurisy now, and the medicine they gave me to bring my fever down has kicked up an ulcer in my stomach, and now I'm anemic. And I'm short of breath. I can't walk to the mailbox.
Oh, goody. Yeah,
there it is. Here's the Morton's Professional Choice pool salt. There's Clorox pool salt. There's Sure Soft pool salt. But yeah.
Morton pretty much makes most of them.
Yeah.
Do you know where that comes from? I'm going to tell you where it comes from. You will never eat it again.
What's that? The salt?
The salt.
Where does it come from?
Most of the white salt in the United States comes from underneath the city of Detroit, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's a big, huge salt mines under Detroit there.
Yeah.
They can drive semi trucks.
Oh yeah.
Eight stories down under the city of Detroit, where they've taken out the salt, and it just comes out of there by the truckloads.
Well, they bring it out by the truckload, but they don't take it out and just put it in a bag and ship it.
No.
It's ground up. They wet it, and they strain, they refine it back to just sodium chloride. It has to be.
And Journey's in Lowell and on your side there, Tammy.
Hi.
No, I'm not
playing. Yeah, there's I'm trying to remember. There were some other mines besides until they found the one under Detroit there and stuff, and a lot of the other ones have been pretty much depleted out elsewhere. The one under Detroit there, huge, and I mean, all I can say is for that much salt to be deposited there, the Great Lakes at one time had to be flooded with salt water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, something.
Yeah.
And then out west that you have Redmond's, and that salt is really delicious too.
Redmond's. Redmond's also does the on Amazon.
You can buy that by the 5-gallon pail.
You want to go in and watch TV?
And I have.
Redmond's real salt, Redmond's sea salt, Redmond's red salt, Redmond's electrolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Redmond's real salt travel keychain. I just typed Redmond's in. This is what popped up all the suggestions.
Yeah, they have a ton of products, but yeah, they sell a pink salt that's really delicious.
Ancient fine sea salt, natural unrefined gluten-free salt. Well, duh.
Oh crap! But when does it expire?
Yeah.
2 years. Everything expires in 2 years. It laid there for thousands of years, just waiting for you to pick it up, and you pick it up and it expires in 2 years.
You touched it, now it expires.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. It's really good for cooking.
And Galen has the Celtic Gray. All right. Yeah.
So, our friends from the Philippines are in here. The rarest and most precious salt on the planet is a black salt that they refine in the Philippines, and it's one of the most expensive, and it's one of the most delicious. I have not had it, but I've been told it's very delicious. And the art of distilling it down is being lost. I saw a documentary on it.
I wonder what kind of mineral is in it that turns it black.
I don't know, but it's there on the probably got a lot of lava in it. Like the black sand beaches in Hawaii, I'm assuming. It's all formed from lava. So, and then they smoke it. They put it in these great big things and they smoke it, and then they put it in coconut shells and wrap it and smoke it some more. So it's very heavily smoked salt too, I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me. It was a documentary.
Black
It's really
salt,
beautiful.
and there's several of them on here. Most of them saying it's salt that has been kiln fired rock salt with a sulfurous pungent smell. All right, some of it's used in Indian cuisine, some of it's there in Hawaii. And then there's a whole bunch of different ones. There's black Himalayan salt as well.
Yeah.
Indian black salt.
This salt has become so rare that people are trying to imitate it to get the edge of the market of it.
Yeah.
So I'm that kind of a foodie. I actually watch documentaries on making salt.
What's wrong with you, girl?
I have way too much time on my hands.
Okay. So the Philippine black salt is typically refers to Asian Tibuk.
Tibok.
Yeah. It involves filtering the water through charcoal and infused coconut ash.
Oh, coconut ash. Okay.
Yeah, I can see running it through that. It's going to color it, and you're going to get the charcoal in there, which is being coconut is probably going to be better for you anyways, too, for other health benefits. Supposedly, no claims being made here. Check it out yourself.
Yeah, it's whatever they say on there.
All I'm doing is repeating what I saw on that wonderful documentary.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Yeah. And all right. On your side.
Oh, hi.
As well as David Knight's over there on your side.
Hi, Dave.
So yeah. All right. What else? Yeah. So if you've been preserving for a while, but you've been pocketed to canning some stuff and doing a little herb dehydrating. There are other things to try here. As you can see, everybody else has been doing it.
Well, if you got canning jars, try fermenting. You already have the jars. You just need salt, water at whatever the percentage is, and some vegetables. Period.
Yeah.
Or fruit or whatever. I mean, I think you can. Can you?
Fermented salsa is really good.
Right.
That does have onions in it. That's probably the only way I like onions.
And Lee made a comment before he's taken off. He's talking about also using they also filtered the Filipino stuff through the salt through the
volcanic ash.
Volcanic ash as well. And Lee's going live here in about 8-9 minutes. That's Cold War preppers. All right. So whatever is going on, all we can say is try it. Whatever you're doing, try something different. If you're afraid, ask around. Find someone else who's already doing it. If they're close by, say, "Hey, can I watch you do it?" Go over, canners and cooker and kitchen cookers and rehydrate. Do it all like to help each other. So,
if it's something fermenting, don't go all in and buy a ton of stuff. Just do something small. See if it works.
Yeah. One step at a time.
Jars. You don't even need a canning jar to ferment. You could use you don't want to use a jar, but you can use any kind of a glass jar you found. Bought pickles. There you go. Do one of those. You don't need a huge one. You don't need to make 20 pounds of sauerkraut, especially if you don't like sauerkraut.
Yeah. And I have a 20-gallon crock for my sauerkraut.
Yeah.
You make the whole year at one shot?
I have not used it. I bought it at an estate sale. It has the wooden lid, and it just sits there in my kitchen. One of these days.
My mom had probably 8 or 10 very large, the old brown and white ceramic crocks all over the house growing up. And I know they were for fermenting. I mean, she had like dried flowers and stuff in them. People use them for decorative stuff. And they're all gone. They all disappeared. And I'm like, now I'm angry. I'm like, I really wish I should have said something to my sister when we were cleaning the house out and said, yeah, I'll take that. Because her answer was, what are you going to use that for? It's like, okay, you're just taking it because you grew up. It's like, well, maybe.
We used to get the bar cheese in a little crock. You can even still go to like Goodwill, Salvation Army, thrift stores and pick up some of those little.
Those little 1 pint crocks with the.
Yeah. Start with one of those little bale lid. Just start with that. Don't need anything fancy or expensive. Just get something at the thrift store.
Just read up on it and see what's needed and start small.
All right. So coming up here this week, are you going live, Tammy, this week?
I can't because I'm getting ready to leave for I have to be in Lake Odessa early Friday morning. And it's a 2-hour plus drive for me. So I will probably not go live Thursday because I got to figure out what I'm making. I got to figure out what I'm cooking. I got to put my stove together I just bought. I could not find my stove, so I had to buy a camp stove and do you know that you cannot walk into any big box store, hardware store, the orange one, the green one, the blue one, and buy a 2-burner gas camp stove? They literally, and even the Amish said they're discontinued.
Yeah, it's all 3-burner now.
No, that you can't get them at all. If I could have got a 3-burner, I'd been happy as a clam. They are discontinuing them. You know, that whole we shouldn't have propane stoves things that was going around.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So if you want one, now would be the time to.
Sam's Club still has them. You have to get it with the, it comes with that, quarter
inch. You have to order it. You cannot walk into any of those places.
Our Sam's Club has, here in Idaho, ours has it.
So does ours, and so does BJ's. They have them in stock, like literally on stacks. I'm like, I'm not spending $270.
I went to 10 stores, including thrift stores, and I could not find one all of them have to be ordered online, and it's a 10-day wait to get them shipped.
Gee.
So I had to buy one on Amazon because I could not find one anywhere. So just a heads up, it was one of those things that's rarer than hen's teeth. I even couldn't find them on Facebook Marketplace. So
thank you, Lord Nuisance of California, for spreading that distorted sickness to the rest of the United States of on that false liehood. So, anyways, coming up here on my side, because it's almost time for Lee to go live here. Tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping is top 5 skills and 3 others that no one thinks of that you want to have to make yourself more valuable. So top 5 skills and 3 others that no one thinks about. We're going to talk about that tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping. Thursday night on Gray Man Prepping is the Midnight Ride. Friday, back here on Camppatton Family Compound, why growing your food is so important, especially now. And then Saturday on Gray Man Prepping, there's going to be 2 live streams. One with Shadow Scout Swede. I haven't gotten the topic from Shadow yet on it. I got to look it up, and that's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Then for Survival Saturday, doing our Events Explored. It's after the U.S. economy collapses. What are your plans? And that's on at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Next Monday here, 5 survival meals using pantry supplies.
Okay.
5 survival meals using pantry supplies next Monday. So, everyone, stay happy, stay safe. plant a garden, plant a food tree, whether it's fruit, nuts, or whatever, and grow your own
Plant
food.
something. Grow
Yeah,
something
something that eat edible.
Yeah,
that you eat, that you like.
and learn how to preserve more food. All right, folks, we'll see you around.
Bye.
Have a good night.